माइक नहीं है ना राइट
Today's talk is on heal yourself by rewriting your subconscious mind. And speaker is Dr. Digambar Naik from Goa. I request Dr. Digambar Naik to start his talk.
Good afternoon, friends. It's a beautiful time to sleep now. And I think mind's job is to put us to sleep. And you have different types of sleeps. In the night, when you go to sleep, you want to go away from the world. When you are in your office, you want a relaxed mind to do the best into your works, which helps you to save a patient, to save a dying person. And this is exactly what we are going to go into it. Can you put up the slides straight? Yeah. Slide, please. Okay. What's our purpose today? We are talking about master your subconscious mind. What's our purpose today? I'm here to give you a glimpse of real medicine, real science of human body. And it's not less than 25 to 30 years I've been working on it day in and day out. So we want to live a life without a disease for 100 years. 2015 this is the book I wrote. Alert, active, alive at the age of 100. It took me about 10 and a half years of a very active research to create this book. After this book has gone into 4 editions. And I have never changed the basic principle which is there into this book. I've added a few things here and there, few more research, but not changed the basic principle. That means I have picked up the basic principle. Okay, before we go into it, let's see what is health. Let's understand what is health. Before 2008, before 1948, health for us was absence of a disease. It is in 1948 that WHO gave us the definition of health, which says health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely the absence of a disease or infirmity. Friends, this was good up to that. But today, we don't see human body as the solid body that our eyes interpret. We know human body is totally a very complex ball of energy. I would put it as ball of energy. Because if you look at the final point here is your atom. What is an atom? A proton or a neutron along with electron is moving. Whether it's a dead body or a live body, electron is moving. So you look at now, spread this body and you will realize you can see the whole universe there. 2 trillion galaxies, and you know what a galaxy is. Just bring them together and then you know that is human body. So we need to understand that atom of a human body, which makes it feel today, we know human body is that transparent. Okay? So this definition doesn't work for us anymore. So after that, unfortunately, none of us have tried to give a definition, and today I have tried to give this definition. Health is not just an absence of disease or infirmity. It's a well-being of every function of your body. Physical, physiological, psychological, social, and even economic, my friends. If I don't earn sufficient money for me to have my bread and butter, I cannot be healthy. It's a balance of you as a bunch of all these functions vis-a-vis the universe. It's a smooth interplay of your energy with the energy of the universe. Once you create this balance with your universe, your spirit, your energy will start vibrating in tune with that of the universe. Obviously, your body will be full of pleasure and joy without a disease, the ultimate joy. This, my friend, to me is the definition of health. And if you can put this in mind and understand that, you will easily flow yourself into that situation where you understand a human body and where you will understand how to heal a human body. And all of us can achieve all this. There's one very important word that I'm going to use, I've used here, is energy. Okay? And in the end, if we have time, I will show you our human body is a glowing body. It's a pure white light that it emits. And we can train our eyes to see it. If we get time, I'll make you aware, I'll show you how you can see this. And if you can, once you see this, then looking at the person, you know his energy, you know what you call it as an aura. You know the pure whiteness of that aura. You know all the 7 colors into that aura. And you can understand what is wrong with that person. It's that simple. And once you know what the energy is, you'll be able to go into the real depth of medicine, much more deeper. Friends, you've seen this, none of our cell is a permanent cells. Every cell inside our body will die today or tomorrow, and depending upon each of the cells have various lifespans. Some of the lifespans are questionable still, like a neuron, 200 plus years, 100 plus years, but now we are finding neurons can die much earlier, okay? And lens of the eye, I think this is some old, in fact, I had refined this, somehow we got the old PPT, no problem. Lens of the eye is supposed to be 8 years, but this is again, some people are questioning about it. But one thing is sure, every cell in your body will die and will be replaced by pluripotent stem cells which exist in the body at that particular locations. And when they get replaced, the memory of the old cell is thrown out onto the new cell, and the new cell becomes exactly like the old cell. Like if you have a cancer cell here, if you do not make an attempt to change that, the next cell, the newborn cell, will be a cancer cell. And once you actually know the depth of the energy level or how this happens, you are able to change this. Many people will call it, oh, this is magic. No. My friends, this is your science. And start giving a look at it, start thinking about it, and start analyzing and studying about it. Okay, usually I do this workshop over 3 hours. There I give you a very, very fascinating story of my own life. But unless I spend a few minutes, so please remind me about 10 minutes prior. Today you are even allowed to throw out the speaker. Unless I give you a glimpse about this, let me spend a minute or two. I don't think you will ever develop the seriousness of a few words that I'm going to put in front of you now. See, I was born in a very poor family in Goa, 1955, before liberation of Goa. What was the situation of Goa at that time? In a very poor family. I was the sixth child in the family, which was adding a child every year. So my mother at that time was suffering from congestive cardiac failure associated with severe anemia. Okay, so I did not get my mother's milk. My father could not afford to buy milk, so I developed as a pure kwashiorkor child. Somehow I went through. I started working at the age of 4, joined primary at the age of 7. Then we could jump, in a year we could do answer two exams, and then this is how I came with the children of my age. Then at the final, the MBBS, when the mark list came for the list of MBBS, I was 6th in the list, and I was made medically unfit because I have 2 defective valves in me. I was attending a only cardiac clinic of the state at that time, and I was supposed to be not living beyond 30 years. How I entered itself is a huge, big story, but after about 6 months of starting the class, I got an admission into medical care. And today, here I am. After this, I've been a victim of the COVID first stage. And the situation at that time was so different. Even if you were dead, the government people used to come and bury you or burn you. During that time, I said, all the top doctors of Goa were very, very, very interested in treating me. Everybody was interested. The CM, who the doctor was himself interested. So they were taking a good care, extremely good care of mine. But by 5 days of good care, my SpO2 was 57. Okay. With the help of all that thing, and I was supposed to be going into any time on the ventilator. They had already organized a ventilator for me. And at that time, whoever went on the ventilator went away. Okay. It's at this time, I said no. I wrote my will, sent it to my wife, and I said no. I called this doctor. I said, I don't want the treatment that is going on. 2 very newly discovered antifungals, 2 heaviest possible antibiotics, and I would say imaginary dose of steroids. Okay. In 8 days, my muscles have all faded away, only a skin. Okay. And I was almost a sure wicket. I just told them, no, I stop everything that you are doing. And I somehow managed to get IV vitamin C. I took vitamin C, 100 grams of vitamin C in 24 hours. And in 48 hours, I started responding. In 2 days, my SpO2 was back to normal without oxygen. Friend, this is not magic. I just decided at that time, I am not going to die. That's all. Just one. Then I took my treatment into my hands and told myself, I am not going to die. This was all that, the magic that happened at that time. And of course, my story became a very big viral story at that time. And after that, I've been treating COVID patients in 6 countries. So, friends, today, I start my day at 6 o'clock. I'm working till 1:30 or sometime even 2 o'clock in the night. And I'm standing the same way all the time. No break in between. And I'm sitting in front of you here. And I'm 68 years old. Okay. So this is just a proof for you that what I'm talking about is not nonsense. What I'm talking about is a no nonsense science and no nonsense medicine. Now let's come straight to our mind. All right. Before that, this is somehow I've got a old slides here. Let me tell you one thing. You are exactly what you eat. Every day, millions of your cells are dying, and they are being replaced by your pluripotent stem cells. And this process needs energy. And this energy comes to you from the food that you eat. And you know, if you don't eat for a month, what happens to your weight and muscle and everything. Okay? So if you want to be good, learn to eat well. I just say a simple word, learn to eat well. We've got books written, we have got colleges teaching you how to eat. But mind you, we still don't know how to eat at this age of ours. In my hospital, I've tried different dietitians. Nobody was projecting what I wanted. So what did I do? I removed all of them, wrote a booklet for my patients, and I make my patient follow that booklet. This is how my patients have been eating properly the way I feel is proper. Okay. I actually went into their college and I tried to see what they study. I was shocked to see most of the books that they were studying were 25 to 30 years old and calling it about diet today. Okay. So that's secondly, you are exactly what you exercise. Every part of our body is a machine. It's an engine. And if you bring it, take it together, it's a very complex engine. And any engine needs maintenance. For all your machinery, you will be filing the maintenance contracts. So we need maintenance. And that maintenance is exercise. And by exercise, I don't mean going and squatting yourself into the gym or doing whatever you want. No. We must know how to exercise our body systematically. Every muscle, every cell, every joint. Your brain needs exercise. Your endocrines needs exercise. Your lung needs exercise. Your heart needs exercise in the right way. And if you can do it, you can maintain this body for 8 years to come. A number of times, our exercise is killing our body. And you have seen so many of the very strong youngsters even dying whilst doing exercise inside the gyms. And third is, you are exactly what you think. You are exactly what you eat. You are exactly what you exercise. And you are exactly what you think. Your mind is your governance. And if your government is good, the governance is better. So teach your mind the correct governance. Unfortunately, our medical medical studies in any faculty have never been teaching us how to treat this or how to make this government govern your body better. So my effort is only to see that I make a little bit of effort to put it into your mind, to teach your government to treat you better. Okay, so let's come straight to the mind. This is not difficult for you. You are very, very aware about all this. Your conscious mind and subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is what we are now. your whims and desires. Okay, it's just 5 to 6% of your basic mind, but at a time it studies, or it understands, or it analyzes 40 bytes of information per second. It's active when we are active. It can be easily altered with your experience, and it can be developed with environmental learning. This is our conscious mind, just 5 to 6%. Vis-a-vis, your subconscious mind is 94 to 95% with 40 million, and it can analyze 40 million bits of information per second. It is active all the time, and its only thing is a fixed tape recorder. This mind has learned in all of us from the 3rd trimester of pregnancy up to age 7. We have learned everything about subconscious mind, and it is sealed as a cassette, and it is playing inside all the time. Whether you are sleeping, whether you are awake, whether you are doing something, whether you are angry, whatever it is, your subconscious mind is sealed, developed, completely sealed, and is inside. So now what happens, see, during this time, from 3rd trimester of pregnancy to age 7, your brain is in theta stage. Say 4 to 8 hertz per hour. It is in theta stage. It's in this stage that you have a learning ability of 40 million times stronger than what it is. So your kids at home, below the age of 7, will be learning at that stage, at that speed. They learn by seeing, they learn by feeling, they learn by your talking, they learn by everybody talking, they learn by 20 people talking at a time, and I'm sitting here and they are learning distinctly. And this is what your child is doing. And whenever we want them to, whenever your child is learning, remember this. They learn by accepting your energy waves, by understanding your energy waves. I've been experimenting this with my kid who's 3.5 years old. She's sitting there. I get annoyed here. You can look at her. She gives a reaction. Absolute reaction. No, Grandpa. Then I just change. 1 minute, I'll change myself. Then I go to her. She's jumping at me. Friends, understand these aspects of your life. For that, you start seeing energy and start understanding energy. You just have to train your eyes to see the energy. All right? So this is your conscious and subconscious mind. Remember one thing, subconscious mind in all of us have been developed, sealed as a cassette, and it's going on inside all the time. Okay? Understand the rules of mind so that the mind works with you and not against you. Okay? If you can change your subconscious mind, you can change the way you behave. So your conscious mind is your creative mind. Your subconscious mind is a habit mind. Whatever we are learning now is through conscious mind, not through subconscious mind. While your subconscious mind is 40 million times stronger, and it is 95% of your whole mind compared to this 5% of the mind which we are learning here all the day. How do I master my subconscious mind? Okay. Now the crux for us is, how do I change my subconscious mind? How do I rewrite that subconscious mind? How do I rewrite that program so that that program makes me better, makes me healthier? Yes, there are procedures inside. One is hypnotherapy. A hypnotherapist can put your mind into that theta stage, and at that time suggestions can be made to enter into that cassette, and we can rewrite that cassette. But I won't know what that hypnotherapist will do to my mind. I won't go and put myself in front of him, Arey Baba, hypnotherapy karo, or mera subconscious mind change karo, because it's bad. It's making me a sick person. Okay? So practically difficult. Second thing, you go into Himalayas, sit for years together in deep meditation. Yes, you can change your mind, which none of us can afford to do today. Today, for us, the science has given us a way of changing our subconscious mind. And that is a combination of these three: visualizations and affirmations, belief, and repetition. These are the three techniques. If we use them together, you can do that wonder to your mind. First is visualization and affirmation. You have seen so many times you can affirm or you can visualize something good, and something good happens. Sister Shivani talks about it day in and day out. Just one thing she talks about: affirmations, positive affirmations. Okay. For many people, they say it won't. It has not worked for me. It won't work for some people. It has worked. It has worked partially and all that thing. We are not looking at such sort of thing. We want to do something specific with us. Okay. Yes, affirmations or visualizations work. The second is belief, and third is repetition. Okay. Let's come to visualization. What's your visualization? It's a practice of imagining what you want to achieve in future as if it were true today. But your affirmation should come from not just saying something. Your sight, smell, touch, taste, hearing, feeling, everything should be into that picture, and you should visualize as if it is happened. And if you can put yourself into that stage, this visualization will definitely happen. Now, how many of you know what exactly you want? This is our basic problem. We do not know what do we want. I became all right because at that moment I just wanted to be all right, nothing else. So my visualization, I knew exactly what I wanted. What does this girl want? She wants a lot of things. Will they work? They don't. Okay? Be clear about what you want. Clarify the energy that you need to create around it. And this word energy I will be using again and again. And imagine that you have achieved the goal. And if you can do that, everything changes in life. Friends, don't get scared for a change in life. Medicine itself is a change. Science is change. It changes every day. I remember when I did my MBBS in 1980s, what was my practice and what it is today. What a change. Totally a different change. It has been changing slowly. So if it has been changing, don't get scared to change. We have a big taboo in changing ourselves. I'll say, I'm habituated to this. That's the end of it. A stagnation and end of your life when you say, I am habituated to it. Only thing that doesn't change in life is religion. Whatever has been written millions of years ago, we want to believe the same thing. All right? So now, actually in the workshop, I do a lot of this practical things to make you understand and follow this and make a meaning out of it. Let's see. How many of you feel in your life imagination or visualization works? Good number. Okay. I'll give you one small, very simple. These are the various experiments I make people do and to convince them that visualization works. And we'll do at least, we'll spend a minute or two in doing just one very simple exercise which can take us into our next understanding of subconscious mind. Okay? So I want all of you to stand up. Take some space. Take this much of space. I just want you to use your right hand. One hand. Take this space. Okay? And all of you stand up. Okay? Now I'm holding my hand in front of me. Okay? With my head straight, and I'm trying to move. This is 0 degrees. This is 15 degrees, 30 degrees, 90 degrees. Okay? 105 degrees. My hand is paining now. You do it as much as you can. With your head forward. Okay? Now, put your hands down now. Now we are going to visualize this process. We are not going to do this physically. We are going to do it with our visualization. Close your eyes completely. Now, in your visualization, put your hand in front of you. The process that you do that. Don't put your hand physically. Put your hand down now. Just imagine that process. In your imagination, put your hand down physically. In your imagination, you hold a hand in front of you. And then slowly keep on moving. 15 degrees, 30 degrees, 90 degrees. Don't move it physically. Don't move it physically. 90 degrees. Then move it little beyond 105 degrees, 110 degrees, 180 degrees you have moved your hand. Don't deconcentrate. Just concentrate on that. Move it further. Move it further. 190 degrees, 200 degrees, 360 degrees. You have completely moved your hand in 360 degrees. Now, open your eyes. Now, let's do the same process physically. Put your hand up. Start moving. 90 degrees. Start moving. Little bit further. Start moving. Start moving. Start moving. Start moving. Push further. Push further. 180 degrees. Push further. Push further. Push further. Okay? Now you can be comfortable and sit down. Tell me, how many of you could move it little more than you did it before? Okay? How? What? Now you imagine yourself. Visualization has to work provided you are concentrating on what you want. Here I have focused you to do just one small activity. And if you do concentrate yourself to focus yourself as to what you want at a particular time or in your life, let me tell you, the whole universe will come in front of you and bow in front of you and give you what you want, even if it is the most impossible thing that you have asked and visualized for. Hope you'll remember this one little sentence. Yes, sir, you want to ask something? Don't keep it as a lecture. Huh? You can ask me anything, anytime. Yes, sir. Perfect. Great, sir. Okay. Why you want to live your life well? Fully. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. That's all you want, and you are going to go ahead with it. आपकी इच्छा तो हो ही जाएगी sir. That's your visualization. That's what you want. Okay, but we want to live a good life. When I was dying and on that about to go on a ventilator, I wanted to live, and I just lived with no contribution for any drugs. Vitamin C was just one of the vehicle. It wasn't the vehicle that cured my disease. No, what cured my disease is me myself. And all of you must be having some patients, cancer patients in your life, thrown into the last stage, and somebody telling them, you have 3 months to live, and they die just before 3 months. Okay. Let me tell you what happened to me at the age of 40. After I started, after my MBBS, when I got an medicine entrance, I poured myself into that life so much. I have the distinction of having the highest marks in medicine, gynec, and surgery at the final MBBS level, which is difficult for most of the people, which is, I think in our colleges, that is still the highest record. I poured myself so much. Then I came into private life. I created what Goa did not have. Whatever is first thing in Goa is in my name. First corporate hospital, first dialysis, first CT scan, first cardiac catheter transition processes, first joint replacement. Everything I've done long back at that time. Today Goa is totally different. Today Goa is so forward. I poured myself so much into it, and one day, around my 40s, I just collapsed. At that time, I looked myself into the mirror. I had thick double vision glasses. My weight was 49 kilos. I had sunken eyes. My skin was rough like a snake. There were so many big cuts in the feet and all. I was actually dying. And then I said, suddenly it struck me, my professor convincing me that I will die by the time I'm 30. Okay. And that little sentence, which somehow got stuck into my subconscious mind, because it came like a hammer to me. Okay. That was preparing my body to die at that age. Most of the time, our verdict, especially given to cancer patient and to our ICU patient, what do we come out and tell the patient? Oh, his condition is bad. He will not survive for a few days. All those verdicts. Today, I have forgotten these verdicts. I do not use these verdicts. And my dying patient just walk home. I just tell them, you are going to be all right. I just remembered that verdict. 30 years I am supposed to be dying, and I was actually dying. It is then I decided to defy myself. With all my practice, whatever I did for Goa, everything continued. In time, and then I used to come back in the night and I used to study, research, do something more and more and more. My wife, she's here, used to ask me, do you ever sleep? She used to ask me, do you ever, anytime she used to get up, I was not there on the bed. That was the situation at that time. So friends, yeah, how many minutes more? 10 minutes only, sir? As less as possible. Okay? All right. So second thought that I want you to do is belief. What is belief? A feeling, being sure that a person or thing exists, is true and trustworthy. All your belief in ghosts, democracy, religion, faith, all are real belief. So first is decide what you want to visualize. Second is believe that. Okay? Just a slide about hormones of happiness. When you think, you have a thought in your mind, normally what does your brain does? Creates chemicals. And those chemicals will create an action from your body. Okay? So this is how your brain normally is working. Remember your hormone chemistry. Okay, this is how it works. If you have a good happiness feeling, your blood will be filled with all these chemicals. If you have a sad feeling, your blood will be filled with totally different chemicals. A word about epigenetics. Friend, today, epigenetics is a science which is coming up for the last 20 years. And let us learn this science. This science tells you that there is nothing called as a genetic disease except some 5-6 diseases which are transmitted through genes. Rest, all of them, your gene is a blueprint of your life. It is not your life. And you fill it with environment that makes your life. It's environment which makes your life. I'll tell you, you know about Bruce Lipton, one of the biggest living cellular scientists of the world. One who has developed stem cells to a large extent today. He was working in his laboratory with stem cells in the initial stage. He took one cell, gave it a nutrition, one became two, and allowed them to multiply. One became two became three. In a few days, he had a few thousand cells with him. He split the cells into 1 dish, 2 dish, 3 petri dishes. Changed the nutrition into all 3. One became muscle cell, one became cardiac cell, one became fat cell. All had the same genetic structure. What was different is the environment was the different, nutrition was different. All your children and grandchildren, this is the time for you to change them. I've been telling my daughter, you can convert your child into whatever the child wants. But what we do, we are used to taking care of them by creating fright in them. Hey, don't go to the water, don't go to this, don't go to this. You have ghosts, you have all sorts of things. You make them what they want. That's what Shivaji was made into. That's how Jhansi Ki Rani has happened. They were happened when they were before the age of 7. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now understand your brain waves. Your alpha waves when you are relaxing 8 to 10 hertz. Beta waves is what all of you are now 15 to 18 hertz. And gamma wave, I may be in the gamma waves at 40 hertz. And then when you are sleeping, 0 to 4 hertz. In between, look at this, 4 to 8 hertz. This is your theta stage where you are at that stage where your subconscious mind got developed. Okay? Now, in this stage, at this time now, you are in say beta stage, then you go home, relax, you are about to sleep, and then you go to sleep. During that process, you go from alpha stage to delta stage, you go for a short time through theta stage. So even now, we have some time while we fall asleep to go into theta stage. So also early morning, when you get up from your alpha stage and get up from your delta stage and come into your alpha stage, at that time you go through theta stage. During these 2 times, you have a scope to rewrite your subconscious mind. Make a program, put it in your mobile, put your earphones inside and run it while you are sleeping. Same thing you can do while early morning, my eyes are closed, my hands are moving, I'm in the theta stage at that time. That is the time where if I keep on putting that program into my mind, I can change and rewrite the subconscious mind. Okay. All right. So that is called twilight stage. And the next important thing, first I said is visualization, second is belief, and third is repetition. Do you remember as a child, you used to do Sri, Ganesha or A, B, C, D, whatever your parents told you, 2 year, 3 year, you didn't know the meaning of the word Sri Ganesha or ABCD, but you just wrote it, kept on repeating it. After that, has anybody taught you your Sri Ganesha or ABC? Repetition creates a habit. And all these three things together, if you are doing consistently, you can rewrite your subconscious mind. It is possible. What do we do? What is this? Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhi Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamadameva Bandhanan Mrityormukhimamritam. What is this? Mrityunjay Jap. Okay? Whenever somebody is sick, we are doing this Mrityunjay Jap. What is the meaning of it? How many of you know the meaning of this? This is in Sanskrit. When somebody is critically ill, your Pandit will tell you, keep on saying this 5,000 times, 10,000 times, 1,000 times. And we ask a Bhadji to do that. Na? We'll ask a priest, go into the temple and do that, and we pay him money. Can this have a benefit on us? Obviously, it is to be done. First of all, the man who is sick has to understand this. It's a very simple meaning it has got, okay? This is the meaning of it, okay? And then he has to sit down and utter it, repeat it, visualize it, believe it, and then he has to become all right. This is there even in our ancient science. In Chennai, there is a prayer, you know. There's a type of prayer. You get up. You do go and do your routine prayer, but you get up, don't open your eyes, go to the house temple, sit down there, and keep on repeating this prayer. So they are visualizing that prayer, they are repeating that prayer, and they are trying to do it during twilight time. See, look at our ancient wisdom also. It teaches us so much. We have to see the ancient wisdom, and then we use our present knowledge, present understanding for it today, and we can do wonders for our life, okay? So repetition is the third thing you have to do. So I've told you, first is visualize correctly through all your senses, belief, 100% belief inside it, and repeat it. Keep on repeating it. That's mantra. What do we do? What do we tell them? Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. They keep on doing thousands of times. What a meaning comes out of it? They don't know the meaning out of it. They don't know what are they asking for. So how will you get if you do not know what you are asking for? Finally, it has to come to you through your own mind. So make your mind work for you by understanding the actual scientific principles that we have studied today. So this subject gets over here. And friends, there is something more I do. One is called as a power breathing, where you can actually stimulate your immune system to behave properly for you. And this can also help you to rebuild a lot of collaterals, okay? If I go to say, I'll take another 10-15 minutes for it. So I'm not going to go inside it. It can help you alkalinize your body a little bit and in the collateral developments, and then the energy healing. Look at this picture. The Guruji there has been shown to have an halo. All of you have that halo. All of you have that halo. Just learn to see it. Once you learn to see it, you will learn to feel it. When you have learned to feel it, you will just learn to heal your patients also. And you have seen healing by energy healing is a common way of healing all over the world. They don't do any magic. They only understood the way of this beautiful thing that your body keeps on throwing, and that is the energy. And this energy of yours, you never know, it's not just around you. You never know how long it travels. You go to a good astrologer and put your problem, and he tells you at this time problem will be solved. On what basis he tells you? He looks at the various positions of various stars and all that sort of things. Okay, so what happens is, it is your energy which travels everywhere, including these stars or planets, and we have an effect on our body, or we affect along with their energy. You can connect your energy to your planets. You can get your planet's energy connected to you. So this is, I'm just giving you an idea. I don't think I've got a time to go through it, because those are, okay, what you can do is first desire, accept the presence of your subconscious mind, understand that you can do it, take permission of your subconscious mind, and work to make it. Change the typing on your tape recorder. Everything, my friends, is energy. Your thought begins it, your emotions amplify it, and your actions give the energy moment. Okay? These are various energy way of healing. We have two types of transmission. One is through the chemicals and the nerves, brain, the spinal cord and the nerves. And the second is directly from person to person. I say, I'm standing here. Somebody just passes that side. Don't you think I'm going to come to know about it? Someone that I like passes that side. I feel totally different. Someone that I don't like passes from that side. I'm totally disturbed. Okay. Just carry, when you're walking, you're carrying your energy, my friends. Start thinking about it, start learning about it, and you will make it. You have your EEG and EMG. Or in EEG, what do? You put your leads on the on your scalp. In EMG, you had a hood, and you put your energy, your leads into that hood. Nowhere it touches you, and it picks up all the brain waves that you have. Study is exactly same as EEG, and that's what is called as a magnetoencephalogram. Okay, so your brain is let's know, is a broadcasting station. You are the creator. Take back your power of creation. So learn your physical exercise properly. And in summary, visualize, believe, repeat, make use of theta waves, learn your energy healing, learn the power of, learn your power breathing and the physical activity, and your cells will listen to you and create what you want, my friends. Okay. These are the only diseases today we know are directly transmitted by genes. Rest of them are all environmental changes. Just hardly 1% of the diseases are connected to genes. Epigenetic control, you learn this a little bit, placebo. Okay, there are various ways whether you are doing it correctly or no. And thank you, my friends. Sir, I have not come to the stage of you pushing me away.
It's a different subject altogether for us, and something new we have learned from Sir Naik Sir. We have learned something new which we didn't know. Have you got any school or college teaching this and giving a degree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm conducting workshops, and it will come to a degree when people start giving it. It will come to the stage of a degree. I'm telling you, it will come. Because this is actually the science. What is the science? What we can prove. All these are proven things. I'm inside. I've been working on this right from such a long time now, almost 40
Sir, we would like to hear again and again from you, and we will request our organizers to call you. to shortage of time, we have to close the session. If anybody wants to ask question, Dr. Saab is here. You can ask later on.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, respected chairpersons. I would request everyone to join us for the inauguration ceremony on Mahal Hall, which is on the second floor. It is just started.